I am a vocational transition counselor at Pt.2 for Girls. I work with a population of girls between 11 through 18, and we do a lot of job coaching, employability skills, and just specific gender life management skills. Our program focuses on gender responsive, strength-based programming for our girls. I've taken trainings in employability skills. I'm working with children with sexual orientation, trauma and abuse, and also developing communication skills amongst youth. These trainings have been quite effective. They've definitely helped me because I didn't come from a counseling background, so they've given me a wide range of helping students and really developing areas that I need to work on in myself. So I've gained a lot of insight by coming to these trainings and how to tailor those trainings to working with the specific girls that I work for. The trainings are held at a convenient place. I wish there was a little bit more room and there was more activity driven instead of lecture based, but they have been very beneficial.
Very interesting comments from the trainers and participants. And Shannon, I want to come back to you because Colleen mentioned the classroom setting for the trainings, but there's a variety of types of training, correct?
Yes, there's a whole variety. They're all held at the CSC sponsored trainings are primarily held at the Children's Services Council, but they vary, and we have the availability of different rooms to really adapt our trainings. We have even trainings such as like a hip hop culture, where you will see people up and dancing with music, the art of playing, to play games with children, and they're actually hands-on experiences of playing games to actually stimulate children's cognitive ability. So it really varies. There are some more standard lecture type that are more based on theory, that it's knowledge based, but it's very variable, and also some specific ones where they actually do role playings and engaging, so they can actually go out and when they meet with parents actually sit and know how to actually teach the parents the skills, not just know them, but actually how to teach them to then interact with their children.
We always do satisfaction surveys, correct?
Correct. At the end of every training, we ask our participants, how can we improve this? What else would they would like to see? Is there a different modality that they may have gotten more out of this training? And we're constantly looking at those and trying to improve our trainings to make sure they are relevant quality trainings.
And Cindy, sorry to interrupt, but it's part of our process when we're developing these trainings is to look at the curriculum that the trainer is going to bring. And one of the pieces that we look at is that interactivity and to see if the content that they're about to deliver, is there any way to deliver that content in a way that engages staff. So that is a part of our process to make sure that the trainings include a lot of different, from up and moving to dancing to working in small groups to walking around the room and writing on poster board. There are a lot of different types of activities, but they match the content of the course.
And checking back later to make sure that they are actually using this information.
Absolutely.
That they learned, right?
Absolutely, we do. We actually do a 3 and 6 month follow-up with our participants to find out if they've actually taken the information that they obtained through the training and actually implemented it in their work. How else could we follow up with that? Do we need an additional training on that topic to make it more practical in their work environment? And that really gives us a lot of feedback on where to go with the next level of trainings.
Excellent. And that feedback is shared at the Broward Training Collaborative?
Correct. We share that feedback, and also the different participants of the collaborative bring their information too. Some unidentified training needs may have surfaced, and they can bring those if they felt that another entity may be a better provider for that. Say something in special needs. If there's an organization, ARC of Broward, that does a lot of training really focusing on that population, that may be a better fit to having the qualified staff to actually host that training and provide it.
Are those closed the training collaborative meetings, are those open to anybody?
Yes, we are an open working committee, and we hold our meetings quarterly. We invite other providers of training, we invite providers of services, we invite other education entities to come to those meetings. Really, once again, because we can all share our resources, and we value their input.
So we'll have our phone number on the website, our phone number and website posted, and anybody who wants to know more can contact you.
Correct.
Excellent. I do want to make sure that we get in something about our latest venture, the Online Learning Center. Gwen, I know this is your baby.
Yes.
So tell us, why an Online Learning Center, and what does that mean?
Well, we start just to give a little bit of a background, Cindy. Everything that we do, we want to hear from the community first, and so that's where it started. That idea of needing online trainings came first out of the Broward Training Collaborative meeting, and then out of the agency capacity building group. And then we followed up with surveys to find out if the community really had interest, thought this would be of value to their organization, if it was going to in any way impact and build their capacity. And the answers to all of those questions was yes, we need it, we want it. So we're very excited that we finally rolled out on July 1 with our pilot launch of the CSC Online Learning Center. This is it has right now it has over 300 courses that are available, but the system is robust. Over the next year, we'll be rolling out more than 500 courses that will be available to any child-serving agency.
What are those courses like, covering what kinds of topics?
Well, there are two legs, if you will. The CSC, we are developing courses that are specific to child and family service providers. So rather than just having a topic on cultural competence, for instance, that someone could take this course that's, a canned course that someone has developed out there. We take the content, similar to what we do for our classroom stuff, we take the content and customize it for the needs of children and family service providers. So you're going to see courses that we develop in-house at CSC on things like documentation, child abuse, domestic violence, those types of courses that are, again, specific to our needs in the children's service arena and specific to what's happening in Broward County and in Florida. So those courses are there. But a part of those 300 and 500 courses that are out there and waiting, our courses are general professional development courses. So you're going to see things on leadership, on management, on IT-related topics are out there, human resources-related topics are out there. So all of these courses are available, again, right now we're in pilot, so we have 7 agencies that are working with us through this pilot period.
If I can also add, and especially in these economic times, this is a real advantage for nonprofits who are really, they are strapped. And economically, in this way, they don't have to. Their staff doesn't have to leave the office. And some of those critical courses that they need on child abuse and topics that Gwen mentioned, documentation, they are not losing their staff for a half day, full day. And the courses really range in length and duration.
Mm-hmm. And these are not your typical, when people hear e-learning, sometimes they start to fear it. Rest assured that these are not your click and read type courses. The person that we listened to a little earlier talked about the need for more interactivity in the trainings. You're going to find that in these e-learning courses. There's a lot of engagement. It's some scenario-based information, some things that you need to pull down or print, and you'll work with and talk back to, not live, but there's an interaction between what you're seeing on the screen and the work that you're doing sitting at your desk. So we're very excited to roll this out and to get the feedback from the community. I think it's going to be great. We have learned over the course of our trying to put together this initiative that people find that through e-learning or web-based courses that staff are engaged in the training better, that they retain the information better. Why? Because they're using their sight, they're using their touch, their feel. There's the interactivity, the engagements that are built into the courses allow for all of that. So it's not like sitting in a room and someone's talking at you. That's not what you're going to see when you log on to these courses.
And remember, different people learn in different ways, and that's something that all of our agencies know. But I don't always think that they think about that for themselves. Some staff works better online. Some staff works better in person. Some staff might work better reading a book. I mean, everyone learns differently. And so what's so great is that all these different services in the community are available. An agency, a client, someone just needs to reach out to find out about it, because it really is all available here in our community, which is so great. So if you're a parent and you're working in an agency, or you're using an agency and you think, hey, they could really use some computer skills, they need customer service, they need, all of those training tools are here in our community, available to them at really no cost or low cost options.
Very affordable.
Which is really great.
We do have an embarrassment of riches sometimes, it seems, but people don't always know.
Right.
So I think it is really important that they reach out, that they contact the Children's Services Council, that they contact the Community Foundation. Who wants to shout out the website? Go ahead.
Well, I'll shout out our website. If you're a board member, a CEO, a senior staff of an organization, and you need help on your leadership ability, and I want to make a special shout out to board members, because often they just don't even know where to look. We're at www.cfbroward.org, and we really do very engaging trainings for those people so that they can really fulfill their roles in our community and really build and enhance what's available to our community.
That's great, and I'm afraid now that I have to finish up. Our sincere hope is that trainings such as the ones provided at the CSC and by our partners described today enhance the skills and professionalism of child-serving professionals, ultimately making sure that we're providing the best possible service to the entire community, and especially our children and families. I want to thank Corey Ugler, Shannon Rhodes, and Gwen Fuller, as well as Dr. Jennifer Becker, Michael Allen, and Kalina Juzma for their insight. I've been your host, Cindy Ehrenberg-Seltzer, President, CEO of the Children's Services Council of Broward. For copies of this program or any other episode of Future First, or to find out more about these trainings, please call the Children's Services Council at 954-377-1000 or visit www.cscbroward.org and /training if you want to know about the trainings. And remember to join us next time on Future First, Focus on Broward's Children.